need to buy another ticket to get home? And that's when all the problems started. That's when all the freaking problems started. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to tell you about the time that I got stuck in another country trying to get my teeth done. Okay, so this is basically a story time. Okay, so back in June, I went to Antalya, Turkey to get my teeth done. I made sure that I had a round ticket to get there and back. I made sure I had a hotel. I made sure I had a little bit of money in my pocket just in case I want to have some spending money, and everything was set. You know, I had all my right identifications. I had all the paperwork I would need to get back and forth to the country and back with no problem. Everything was set for me. So on the day that it was time for me to go home, it was actually on a Friday. My teeth got done, and I was just, ready and prepared to go home. So here it is. I went to the airport, and I was supposed to, I went to go get my boarding pass. And it was taking a long time. I was like, what's going on here? I'm sitting here waiting, get my boarding pass so I can go wait by the terminal, to wait for my plane. So I was waiting a long time, and I also saw another American girl. She was waiting too. It was me and someone else who was waiting for their passport. We both were Americans, as you can tell, because she had a blue passport and I had a blue passport. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm not alone and waiting to get my boarding passes and all that. So here we are waiting for almost about 30-40 minutes, and they actually took our boarding pass, and they was calling different people. I don't know what they were saying because they're in another language. I couldn't speak that language. I didn't know what the holdup was. So I'm just sitting here waiting. She was waiting as well. Like I said, they took our boarding pass, and they did whatever they did with it. And finally, they gave us our boarding passes, and we were able to go to the terminal. I'm like, that went smooth. All right, all good. Wasted a little time, but it's all right. As long as I didn't miss my plane. So here it is. I go over through the airport to get to my gate, right? And we gotta wait some more. We waited some more. And when it was time when the plane got there, and they was about to board for the plane, they sat me over the area had seats, right? And there was one area where they was checking people's bags and sending them over there to wait by the gate, right? And then they sent me over to the right. They didn't check my bags. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just special or something. They ain't check my bags. So I'm okay. I ain't think nothing of it. So I went and sat down by myself to the side. And, I'm waiting. Don't think anything of it. And I got two attendants come up to me. They were letting some people in at this point. Two of them came up to me, whatever. And they said, ma'am, you're gonna need to get another ride home. You're gonna need to go get another ticket and fly another plane home. I'm like, wait. Why would I need to get another ticket to fly home? I have a ticket right here. Like, I paid for a round trip to get to Turkey and back home. Like, why would I need to buy another ticket to get home? And that's when all the problems start. That's when all the freaking problems started. I'm sitting here confused, like, I don't know what's going on. They're telling me I can't use my boarding pass to get on the plane. See, my plan was I was supposed to leave from Antalya, Turkey, get on a plane to get to Frankfurt, which is in Germany. From Germany, I'm supposed to get on another plane, United, go from Germany to the US, and I'll be home. These people was telling me you cannot board the plane to get to Frankfurt, and they said I need to find another ticket home. That didn't make no sense to me because, like I said, I paid for a round ticket to get home. They said they're not taking any domestic flights in Frankfurt. I'm like, but I'm not taking a domestic flight though, you know? I wasn't taking a domestic flight. So, and I'm like, if they're not taking a domestic flight, then why are these other people able to get on the plane to go to Frankfurt? So I was confused. I didn't know what was happening, and I started panicking. I started panicking and I started to cry because, hold on one second, I hear a plane is going by and they are cutting the grass. So, like I was saying, why are all these other people able to go to Frankfurt? And I did even see that I saw that other American get on that plane as well. So why couldn't I get on the plane? And all they kept telling me was I need to get another flight, and I need and I can't get on that flight. I can't get on that flight at all. So, like I said, I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I'm thinking in my head, this is what I did not want to happen. I made it up in my mind to make sure everything was perfect before I left to go to Turkey, because I'm in another country and I'm traveling by myself. So I made sure everything was perfect as I can get it. So my worst fear came true when them people told me I could not get on that plane. So I'm here confused. I don't know what to do. These people don't speak they speak English, but it's really broken. So it's kind of hard to try to understand what they were saying. But I was panicking. Okay. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? So here it is. I had this one attendant who was, I guess, really eager to try to help me out. One second. So I had this one attendant who was really eager to help me out. So he told me, listen, hey, you can actually go to Istanbul. Istanbul is another city in Turkey. You can go to Istanbul, go to that international airport, and you can get a ticket there to try to make it to Germany to catch your flight, since you can't get on this plane. So I'm like, all right, I'll do that. And they told me they'll try to handle everything as best they can, and I'll be getting home. So I'm like, all right, we got a plan then. So let me tell you what he did. One second. Okay, so he led me back down to ticket sales. So I went down there. He explained the whole situation to one of the cashiers, one of the ladies, right? So my goal, he told me I need to catch one plane over to Istanbul. From Istanbul, I can catch a plane to Germany. And then from Germany, I can go home. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. So I'm a little hysterical. I'm scared. And I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So the problem was, let me tell you what he did. I went down there. We talked to the cashier, and they told me I'm going to have to pay for that plane ticket to get to Istanbul. I'm like, but I paid $1,200 for round trip. You telling me I got to pay $300 and something to catch this plane over to Istanbul? Thank God I had a little extra money on me. Okay. Thank God my teeth, when I paid for my teeth, they were less than what I thought, because that money saved me. Okay. So like, all right, I paid for this ticket to get on this plane to go to Istanbul. And that flight attendant, let me tell you what he did. He had my original boarding pass to get on that plane to go to Frankfurt. He tore him up. He said, you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. So he tore him up. And I'm looking like, well, dog, I hope I don't run into no problems. I hope I don't run into no problems. But okay, he know what he doing. He know what he doing. I got a ticket anyway to go to Istanbul. So I'm good. I'll be able to catch that plane. I'll be able to go home. So whatever this was, it'll be all right. It's all good. It's all good. So, one second. Hey, geez, he's been in this same spot the whole time. I'm trying to talk. Come on, man. I know you're trying to clean up the area, but jeez. You'd think you'd be down there by now. Okay, well, I'm just talking anyway. So, I want you guys to remember when I said that he tore up my original boarding tickets. He tore them up. Okay, capiche, in the garbage. I ain't got them no more. Okay, I didn't think I needed it anyway, but I still felt skeptical. But okay, remember that, what he did. So, here it is. I'm sitting here waiting for me to catch this plane to get to Istanbul. Boom, here it is. I get on the plane and I go to Istanbul. I'm freaking tired. I ain't sleep at all. I'm worried. I'm stressed out. So I made it to Istanbul International Airport, right? And before I left Antalya, the lady told me, the people told me, they said, listen, what you can do, you can go to I forgot. I think the flight is called Lufthansa. Lufthansa. I can't say it right. I'm really bad at pronouncing things, right? So it's called Lufthansa. That's the plane I was supposed to catch, right? Lufthansa. And they said they got an office there. So I can talk to the people over there, express my problems, and I'll be good. I just need to talk to the office there because they didn't have any at the Antalya, Turkey airport. So I'm like, all good. I'll talk to the people over there. All good. So when like I said, when I got over there, I'm looking for the Lufthansa office. I'm looking around. It's pretty empty, you know. It's like 3 a.m, sleepy as heck. I'm looking around, and I asked customer service. I'm like, I'm looking for the Lufthansa office, like a representative, somebody I can talk to with Lufthansa. So I'm thinking it got to be a problem with my ticket, right? There was no Lufthansa office in Istanbul airport. There was no representative. So I'm looking like, you got to be kidding me. The people over there in Antalya airport told me I need to get here to talk to a representative and that they'll be here. And the lady's like, no, there's none. That's it. There's none. So she wasn't very helpful. She just said, no, there's none here. That's it. I'm like, I'm freaking stuck. I'm like, what the heck do I do? I have a ticket. I have a round trip ticket that's not working. I already paid $300 some to get over here to get to this airport to speak to the Lufthansa representative or whoever in the office, whatever, to speak to them, and they're not here. So what the heck do I do? What do I do? I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. What the heck do I do? So, like, I'm freaking out. I am freaking out. I am in the middle. I am in another freaking country. People are telling me to do this and do that. And when I do act on their word here in another country now, what they say is not true. So I'm here stuck in this airport. And most of everything is closed. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. Of course, I'm freaking boohoo crying. I don't know what to do. And when I try to talk to some of the customer services, anybody I can reach that could speak English, they were not helpful. They were not helpful at all. They was not helpful. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try something else. Let me go try to see if I can buy a ticket. Let me buy a ticket. Another ticket to see if I can get to Germany. I need to get to Germany to try to catch this flight. I need to get to Germany. That flight to Frankfurt, when I was back in Antalya, it was really important because it got me to Frankfurt, and Frankfurt got me to the USA. If I can only make it to Germany to get to my plane, I will be home safe. Okay, that's the only thing I want to do is to get to Germany. That's where I need to be. So here it is. I see that it's a ticket sales place is open. Like, okay, let me go see if I can just get another ticket to board another plane. Let me do that. So I went over and tried to buy a ticket. And that guy over there, I told him situation list. I'm trying to get home. I'm trying to get a flight to get to Germany. I really want to buy a ticket. How much? This guy told me. He said, okay. He took my information and he said it's gonna cost about $300 some. About $300. Another $300 to get to Germany. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot. So I'm like, you know what? Let me think about it. Let me see if I can still try to get in touch with Lufthansa. So I'm like, bump that. I'll just keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. So I went to go sit down. I'm calling everybody. I called Lufthansa, and I'm on the phone with Lufthansa, and I told Lufthansa the problem. Like, I'm thinking, I called them, and I was like, I think that you guys, need to, do something going on with my ticket, and I can't seem to get to where I need to go. Like, I wasn't allowed even on the plane. So if there's something wrong with my ticket, like, I'm sitting here gushing out all this money to try to get to you guys' plane, which is going to be in Germany. So, like, can you guys help me pay for a ticket? I was hoping that they can give me a credit to, get a plane ticket to Germany. I was hoping, because I'm like, I paid all this money for round trip. I already paid for it. So why I got to keep gushing out money? So the man was like, well, ma'am, I'm really sorry to hear that you're, having issues. What we can do, we can get you on a flight to Germany, but it's going to cost about $600. So you're going to have to pay that out of your own money. And it's like, we also have a credit. We'll have a credit on the next time you use our flight. I'm like, I don't want no credit. I want to go home. I want to go home. I don't want that. Like, I need for you to fix the problem now. Like, I do not have enough money in my pocket to buy another ticket to get to Germany. I don't have it. And I was hoping that you guys can please provide some kind of credit to get me there now. And nope, they couldn't help. They told me I'm going to have to pay $600 out of my pocket to get a ticket to Germany. I'm like, wow. And of course, I'm freaking out. I am freaking out. No sleep. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. I've been stuck in this place for hours on end, stuck in this airport for a very long time. So I'm like, you know what? Lufthansa, that's the name of the flight. Lufthansa is not going to, they're not going to help me. So let me go back to that guy I was talking to that offered me $300 to get to Germany. So I went back to him like, listen, how much was that a price again? He said $400 some. I'm like, wait a minute. You just told me a while ago, before I stepped away, that it's going to cost me $300 some. Now you're telling me it's going to be $400? I'm like, how did the price get so high within an hour of talking to this dude? Like, ain't no way. Sway, ain't no way. So here it is. I'm like, you know what? I need to get home. I don't care. So let me buy this ticket. So I gave him my information, right? I gave him my passport and whatever information he asked for. And I'm ready to buy my ticket. He's like, he went in the back and he came back and he said, you know what? You can't go to Germany. I'm like, why can't I go to Germany? Why can't I go to Germany, catch my flight to get myself home? Why can't I go to Germany? What's the reason why? Why? He's like, you can't go to Germany. Like, Germany's close to you. Germany close to you. Like, why? Why? Like, I'm stuck. I am stuck and I'm trying to get home. Please let me buy a ticket. I have money to buy this ticket to go to Germany. Okay. I was having a tough time. Okay. I was having a really tough time trying to get home. It's like any avenue that I tried to get through to get a freaking plane to go home, it's they either shut the door in my face or the price was too high. And I didn't even know what the problem was. I'm assuming it was COVID. COVID was really, really bad in that, in that country during that time. But I'm like, maybe it's COVID or something. Like, why is it so hard for me to get home? Like, all I want to do is just buy a ticket. That's, how hard could that be? But this man told me over and over and over again that I cannot get to Germany. Germany is close to me. So I'm like, okay, it's all good. Of course, like I said, I'm still freaking out. I am crying. I am boohoo crying. I've been crying for hours on end. I've been crying because I'm trying to get home and I'm talking to my parents. I'm talking to anybody I can talk to see who can help me. I called the U.S. Embassy. I called them to see if they can help. And the lady told me, she's like, all you got to do is buy another ticket to get home. Lady, I'm trying to do that. But I can't seem to get anywhere. Nobody would sell me a ticket to get home. Like, I can't do anything. So here it is. I'm like, you know what? Let me try something else. I went to another ticket sales place. I forgot the name of this flight company. I forgot the name of it. Okay, I forgot the name of it. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just go through them. And what happened was, I was like, listen, I'm gonna buy you a ticket, right? I'm gonna buy you a ticket, from Istanbul, and from Istanbul to get you to Germany, and then home. That's what I'm gonna do. And so he bought me a ticket, right? I think he was going to he bought me a ticket. And then I'm like, I'm good now. So he bought me a ticket. I took the receipt over to whatever the name of that flight company was. I took it over, and I wanted to get my ticket, my boarding pass printed out so I can wait to get on this plane so I can go home. Bam, here it is. That didn't work either. Because the people told me when they looked at the receipt, the confirmation number, all that I gave to them, you're like, listen, no, it's not a ticket. I mean, this is not you did not pay for a ticket. That's nothing. I'm like, my husband just paid for it. Like, he literally just paid for it over the, he did it online. He did it online because I was having trouble trying to use the internet there. I was just having trouble with it. So he did it on his end back in the US, and that didn't work either. That didn't work when you try to buy a ticket. The people told me that's not a ticket. It's nothing. So they can't give me a boarding pass because it's not a ticket. I'm like, you son of a, you know what? I am just done. I am done with everything. So I sat there. In that airport. I was done. I sat there in that airport for another 4 hours. I sat there. I was at that airport for more than 8 hours trying to find a way home. And I was stuck. So I sat in the seating area, and I just sat. That's all I did. Because I couldn't find a way home. Every avenues kept shutting. So, okay, so we tried something else. So I'm like, you know what? Since I can't get through Germany, maybe we can try getting a ticket to go. Maybe we can try getting a ticket to go through somewhere. It's like I tried Switzerland. Let's get this ticket to go to Switzerland, right? So my husband, boom, here you go, bought another ticket for me. He bought another ticket online for me. And the only problem was I needed to buy a ticket to get back to Antalya Airport. So my husband booked a ticket from Antalya Airport to Switzerland, then home. So like, I need to get there. So I had to spend more money to get from Istanbul Airport to get back to Antalya, and from Antalya go home. So I was like, you know what? Let's try this, okay? I can't stay here at this airport. I don't know these people. I don't want nobody to grab me, steal me, no nothing. I don't know nobody. I'm by myself. So I did that. Bought another ticket. Went back to Antalya Airport. I went back there. So here it is. I'm breathing a little easy. I got a plan. I'm about to go home. So I get to the airport, and I am about to. I got my boarding pass, right? I got my boarding pass, and I'm about to cross over through security to get to my gate. This is where the problems start even worse. So I give these people, to get through security, I gave them my passport. This man looked at my passport and looked at me. He looked at my passport and looked at me. He called somebody on the phone, and they came over, looked at my passport, and looked at me. Like, ma'am, come this way. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I've been in this country for a day trying to get home. I'm spitting. What you doing? What is it? What do you need? So they took my passport, and they took me in the back. They took me in the back with, it was like at least 3 police officers escorting me to the back. I go inside this little room. I got about 5-6 police officers in that room, and they don't speak a lick of my. They don't speak English. So I'm like, I am crying. I'm crying. I don't know what's happening. What the heck is happening? What is going on? That is my question the whole time. What the hell? What is going on? What's going on? So here it is. I'm in the office with all these police officers. They're looking at my passport, looking at my information. They say, "Where you going?" I say, "I'm crying. I want to go home. I'm trying to get home. I have a ticket, a boarding pass to get on my plane. Listen, my plane was about to leave. I had 35 minutes. The plane is about to leave. I cannot miss that plane. I have to get on that plane to get out of this freaking country. I need to go." So they asking me this one. They had to bring a manager down first because I guess he speaks English, okay? And so he's questioning me where I'm going, who I am, looking at my passport. Look, I got my driver's license too. Looking at my driver's license, looking at the information I gave for my boarding pass. He was like, "Where you going? Where are you going?" And I'm explaining to him like I'm trying to go, and I tried to also explain the situation that I was in. Like I've been having trouble trying to get home. My original boarding passes, I couldn't use that to get on the plane for some odd reason. Maybe it's COVID. I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to get home. And he's like, "Can I remember I told you to don't forget those what you call it, those boarding passes that dude had ripped up?" He asked for those original boarding passes. I'm like, I don't have it. The attendant ripped it up, and boy, they looked at me as if I was lying. I felt like a criminal. I was being held inside of the Antalya, Turkey security area. I was being held, and they had, like I said, about 5 or 6 police officers in there questioning me, where I'm trying to go. They're not believing a word that's coming out of my mouth. I'm sitting here freaking boo-hoo crying because I've already been through so much, have not eaten. My mouth is on fire. My mouth is hurting like heck. I can't seem to be getting anywhere. No, and I finally, after all that trauma that I've been going through to try to get home, when I finally got a chance to get home and you guys over here questioning me, who I am, looking at me, looking at my picture, I'm like, I felt like a criminal. They would not let me go. Okay, I'm like, maybe I thought about like, maybe I look different in a picture or something. Maybe I look different from my passport because I did just get my teeth done. I'm like, listen, I'm here I got my teeth done. Maybe my appearance look a little different to you guys or something. Like, maybe that's what it is. Like, maybe that's the problem. So I'm explaining that to them. I'm like, come on, like, I gotta go. Like, what is the problem? What's the holdup? And I'm sitting here waiting. Of course, I've been crying this whole time. I've been crying because I want to go home. I've been crying, okay? So, like I said, I felt like a criminal, and they wasn't believing a word that came out of my mouth. And they wanted to see those original tickets that I so-called had to get on that original plane to go to Germany. They wanted to see those boarding passes because they was not believing a word that came out of my mouth. Okay, so I don't know what made them give my information. I don't know what made them click in their head, okay, she's fine to go. But I was about to miss my plane. They had to rush me down all the way to my gate. They had to get on some old private car to get me on the runway. They had to ride me on the runway to get to my plane because my plane was about to leave. My plane was about to leave. I almost missed that plane. And they held the plane for me because I was about to miss that plane. So, boy, when I say that was a really scary time in my life. That was really scary. When I got on the plane, I made it to Switzerland, and I had a layover. I had a layover of 14 hours. I had to sit in that airport for 14 hours. It was like 2 other people. I had to stay overnight at Switzerland Airport for 14 hours. Mind you, I couldn't eat. I could not sleep. I didn't have no blanket. I didn't have no nothing. I was a wreck. I wasn't doing so good, okay, mentally at all. So here it is. Stayed in the airport for 14 hours. And when I tell you, when I got on United Way, when it finally was time for me to board my plane, it felt so good to see Americans and hear somebody that's speaking English. Boy, it was like freaking sauce. It was like sweet sauce to me to be able to communicate with Americans or anybody that can speak English. It felt good to see. Oh my God, it felt so good to see Americans. Oh my God. Okay, I was so happy to finally board a plane that resembled home and to get me home. I finally made it home. I made it home after that whole ordeal. It took a day and a half for me to go through that and get myself home. All I had to do was give these people my boarding ticket when I was in Antalya, Turkey. I keep saying Turkey. When I was in Antalya, give these people my boarding ticket. I get on the plane to Germany. I get from Germany to the U.S. That's all it took. But to this day, I do not know what the problem was. I could not go to Germany for no reason. Germany will not allow me into their country. I don't know why. That was the whole holdup. That's why I was going through all that. They would not let me into Germany. So I had to find a different country to get to. That's what's going to take me home. I went through some mess. Okay, like I said, I paid $1,200 for my ticket. I paid all this other money extra to get from these different planes to take me back and forth to Timbuktu, to who the heck. I went through it. And I told myself I would never step foot in Turkey again. I was not. I was so miserable and mad for a long time when I got home. It even took me, I was depressed for a while after that. I couldn't even enjoy my teeth the way I wanted to. So, it's better now. It's better now. I have no grudge. I know where I went wrong. I don't have no grudge now, and I know what I would do different next time because I would never go through that again. I couldn't get no help from anybody. So that's my story. I went through all that to get this. It was a tough time. So thank you guys for sticking around for my long story. Hopefully I explained it right, because when I say I have problems explaining things, I have problems explaining things. So hopefully you guys understood what I was saying in my story. And to remember, next time you want to travel, please bring extra money. Please bring extra money. Please bring somebody with you. Don't travel alone. Never travel alone the way I did, okay? I know I wanted something bad, and yeah, I got it, but also, run into some trouble too. Never travel alone by yourself, especially when you're a woman. If you can avoid it. If you can go with someone, please go with someone, because that was a really scary experience that could have took a turn for something even worse than that. So I do appreciate being home, being on American soil after that. But I calmed down after that ordeal after a couple months, and I do say I would travel again to Turkey, but I'll make sure I have extra money and I'll bring somebody with me. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a good one.